All right, my dears, out here in the quilting studio again. I've got something I really want to talk to you about real quick. Linda has made this wonderful Dreamcatcher's quilt right here. It's a king size. She's 104 inches by 110, so she is a big girl. And she's making it, and Kathy's actually going to get that gorgeous quilt. But we'll talk about that in a minute. What I want to talk about right now is the backing. And I have kind of a lot to talk about here, so I apologize. I'm talking kind of fast. Questions, put them down below. Let's have a conversation if you'd like to. Now, any wrinkles that I have on the backing, any folds, any piecings, I'm going to be spraying that, of course, with my distilled water. I've already attached it to the top red snapper up here on the intake and on the belly bar right here. And what's interesting is this backing. I have a 14-foot gamble machine. I can do well over a king size quilt, but as you can see, I have exceeded the size of my red snappers down here, and I have resorted to my corsage pins over here. I've been blessed to only have to use red snappers in the past, but this is what's going on right here, because this backing is literally 147 inches across. Now the quilt's only 110 inches, but I've chosen to leave this extra piece on here. Why is that? Because I already know what Linda wants to do. She wants to use the leftover of the backing after the quilt is done and make some pillow shams for Kathy, her client. And so I'm going to give her the benefit by leaving it all together. I'm going to start the quilt as far down as I possibly can. Now, the larger the quilt, the more I really need those full 3 inches and probably 4 or 5 inches, because when you have a larger quilt, there's a lot more challenge and a lot more room for error. And so I'm going to start it down as far as I can, but you can already see with that backing, even though I've loaded it straight, it's still got a little bit of wonkiness there. So I'm going to start in as best as I possibly can and give myself all the room that I need. And then everything over here she can have afterward. Now, what I could have done is just laid out the quilt and chopped the rest of this off and balance the back onto the quilt machine, but I felt like I really wanted to give her as much leftover as possible, and I can do that by not cutting this off. Now, because of that, I'm going to have some sagginess over here, because normally there won't be batting in that extra piece. What am I going to do about it? I'm actually just going to take some leftover batting that I have hanging around, and I will just lay that in there to hold space for it. So, it causes a little bit more challenge. It's going to be more benefit to her and more challenge to me. And what I just want you to understand is there's a lot to it. With a long arm quilter, I have a lot of things to think about. I have a lot of issues to be considering. I'm really spending the time trying to make sure that you're going to get the very best benefit that you possibly can through the experience as well. And sometimes it benefits me, sometimes it benefits the clients. I know there's kind of a lot to that, but I just want to explain to you that there's a lot of thought that goes into it. It's not just quick and whimsical. There's really a lot of issues. So I'm going to continue spraying this backing down. I'm going to roll it. I'm going to make sure she fits really well. Then we're going to get the batting on and the front. And it's going to take a while just because